Hey there, Internet. Did you know that salmon can jump as high as 6 feet? Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome to this week's episode of Q&A with Jay. This week's episode is going to be a little different. I'm going to have a guest editor. His name is Guitarscan. I recommend checking him out. He's got some cool stuff. Now, on to this week's question. It comes from a user named Sheets73. His question is, how would you deal with a sleeping disorder? Now, I personally don't have a sleeping disorder, nor do I know anyone besides Sheets73 with a sleeping disorder. So I'm just going to give it my best. First, let's look at different types of sleeping disorders. Now, maybe you sleepwalk, like this dog. If you sleepwalk like that dog, then I'm going to recommend you sleep with a pillow on your head. But anyway, as previously stated, I don't know very much about sleeping disorders, so we're going to go walk around the campus and see if we can find people who do. And even if they don't, maybe they can give a crack at some good advice. I'm here with Brother Ward, a professor here at our school and a good friend of mine. How would you deal with a sleeping disorder?
Well, having had certain sleeping disorders, seeing as I live on campus, and most of the sleeping orders that I've had to deal with involve the gentleman up on the guys' dorm areas. I've had to leave my apartment, go up and tell those particular individuals to go to bed, to quit making so much noise so that I could go to sleep. So that's how I handle sleeping disorders.
All right, thank you for the advice. So I'm here with my buddy Reed, and Reed's going to answer this question for us. Reed, how would you deal with a sleeping disorder?
Well, if I had the sleeping disorder of not being able to sleep at night, I would do one of two things. I would probably work extra shifts at Walmart and work all night, stocking Walmart shelves. And then on my nights off, I'd probably go clubbing.
So you'd make the best of it?
I would make the best of it.
All right, thank you, man. So I'm here with my good buddy Drew. And Drew actually has a sleeping disorder that he's going to tell us about and ways that he deals with it.
I have night terrors, and basically all that is in my sleep, I start screaming at the top of my lungs and punching things around me, ceiling, wall, anything I can reach.
People, heads,
basically.
skulls.
People, heads, Reed's face occasionally, and if I flail that way, it just happens. And it can last anywhere from a couple seconds to 30 minutes to 2 hours. So, unless somebody wakes me up. But.
Now, do you think that you could more effectively hit Reed in the face if you went to sleep with boxing gloves on?
Possibly. It probably wouldn't hurt as much.
But it would have that comical effect to it.
The
or maybe those
effect
Hulk
would be,
gloves that make sound
the
effects
Hulk
every
gloves.
time.
It's like
Hulk smash, Hulk smash.
Yeah, that would be good. I think that would wake me up though, and so the night terrors would stop, so not as much pain would be dealt, which would.
Well, you could just pretend from that point on. You could just pretend you were flailing around in your sleep and just punch your
well, I wouldn't really want to hurt him. As of this moment, I haven't really hit him in the head or anything, which is.
You should work on that.
I don't think he'd be too happy with me. I'd rather keep my roommates happy.
He'd understand. It's not your fault.
You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Drew. So we're here with local minority Carlos Torres, and Carlos is going to tell us how he would deal with a sleeping disorder.
Well, if I had a sleeping disorder, I wouldn't know what to do with it because I have a sleeping disorder. Seek professional help.
Okay.
Maybe. But if my roommate had a disorder of sleeping kind, I would probably let him go.
You just, what do you mean by let him go?
I'd let him go. I'd tell him to go on, get out of here, go.
You just tell him to move on, or else you're going to get all Puerto Rican on him?
Why you gotta bring a race in this, man? I'm done with this.
So for next week, we're going to keep up with the whole how to destroy my cell phone thing. If you haven't checked it out, there's going to be a link in the sidebar and you can watch it there. Basically, I have a cell phone I want destroyed. I'll take the best suggestion and I'll actually destroy it. And you need to leave your comments for that below. And don't forget to leave your comments for next week's episode. So thanks for watching Q&A with Jay, and we'll see you next week.